Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk and I'm known as YouTube's Fairy Godmother of Real Estate. And today, which I believe is June the 7th, is Pat Sajak's last day on Wheel of Fortune, and I didn't want it to go unnoticed. He's been on that show for 41 years, I think over 8,000 episodes. I saw Vanna's interview the other day, and we had the honor to meet up with him when he was doing some assistance to Give Kids the World. It just kind of shows what a wonderful man he is. He came into town, into Central Florida, to raise money for Give Kids the World. And he's also had a special place in my heart because whenever I spend time with my dad, I go over and visit him. You guys know that if you've been watching the Near Disney YouTube channel. My dad and I have this thing about always watching Wheel of Fortune together, and he's still sharp as a tack, and he beats me many times. But I will tell you, I'm a pretty great Wheel of Fortune player. I wish I could go on the show sometime, but it will not be the same without Pat Sajak. So God bless you, and enjoy the role. Bye-bye.
I know the age range is who knows who Merv Griffin is? So a lot of you do. So Merv Griffin was a great showman, and he did talk shows. He invented Wheel of Fortune. He invented Jeopardy. He was a great guy to work for, and a great TV personality. So there was a guy named Chuck Woolery who was doing the daytime version of Wheel of Fortune. Started in '74, I think. And I believe there may have been a contract dispute. I've never quite got it. But anyway, he left the show. So Merv needed another host. And I was like the local weather guy in LA. And Merv, the nice thing about being in local news in Los Angeles is you're auditioning every night because the producers are at home watching TV like everybody else. And Merv liked my stuff and wanted me to do the show. NBC, which carried the show, wasn't happy with the idea because I was an unknown and they wanted to, but Merv was the kind of guy, he said, if you don't want me, fine, I'll take my show to another network. So I'm pretty grateful to Merv for that. But years later, Merv said, you know why, he used to talk, he was very, you know, pal, he said, you know why I hired you? I said, well, I presume because I was fabulous. And he said, no, I'm watching one night and you come out and you're sitting down, and in LA, it's hard to do the weather because 6 months a year there is no weather. So you're kind of finding other things to do. So I'm sitting down with the anchor man on the set of the 11 o'clock news, and we just do a little intro to the weather. And I had a little Band-Aid on my face. I said I apologized for it because I nicked myself shaving, and that was a little unsightly. Anyway, so we talk, and then I would get up and do the weather. And every time they would cut away from me to a map or a piece of video or something and come back, I had moved the Band-Aid. So I come home from school, and both my parents worked at the time, and we had a parakeet. And the parakeet, I come in, and the parakeet's on the bottom of the cage. Appears to be a deceased parakeet down there. But it looked like there was some movement. I couldn't tell. I was afraid. I didn't know what to do. I remember how old I was. Pretty young. And I had the presence of mind. We had a vet because we had a dog too, and I called the office and asked is there anything I could do? I mouthed a beak. And he said, do you have any kerosene or gasoline or something like that? I said, in the garage. And I got an eyedropper. And he said, just get a couple of drops if you have the gasoline. And I got an eyedropper. I just put a drop on it. Sometimes it works. And I did. And he miraculously started moving. And he actually got up. And the door to the cage was open. He got out of the cage. And he flew around a couple of times, but then he fell right to the ground.
So he died?
No, he ran out of gas.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.